Wow, I can't believe that Fox News actually stayed with that hearing for the entirety of it. As did we here on the Crusade channel and the Mike Church Show, a very long, extended version. My commentary on this is I think that Hegseth did very well. I think that he comported and represented himself and his career and his family well. I also think that he did very well and he did a great job of representing President-elect Trump without throwing Trump under the bus or giving away any of the plans or any of the intentions of the incoming administration, and instead to defer and to say, well, you know, that's a decision that CIC has to make. That's commander-in-chief, or that's something that, you know, I would implement a policy. I wouldn't actually be making it. But if I were asked to advise and consent on this, you know, I think it is abundantly clear, though, here. You know, I've been calling for an end to the Democrat Party. Today is an example of why. These people should not be anywhere near power. They are partisan hacks. They don't give a rat's furry behind about the men and women of the U.S. military. They certainly don't care about the women that they seem just hell-bent and committed to sending to be killed in foreign wars. You know, this is a war on the family. And I commend Pete Hegseth, and I hope he goes in, and I hope he does exactly what he said he was, what he told the what's the guy's name? Ryan, the SEAL guy. What he told that guy about women in combat. There shouldn't be any women in combat. He didn't give the family answer, but I understand that why he didn't give it. I think that he will be narrowly confirmed. I do not believe it's going to be a Lloyd Austin 97 vote. I think that the Democrats are here to try and thwart Make America Great Again, America First, whatever you want to call it, and Trump. And I think today was an example of it. You'll know when they're done, because he just said I'm going to get together with a minority leader, and we're going to announce a time certain when you can still submit documents for the public record on the confirmation. So when that is done, then they'll reconvene that committee. They'll bring Hegseth back in there. They'll ask for a closing statement. They may allow another. I wouldn't do it if I were Wicker. I'm not going to let these wolves. I'm not going to let these wolves go have another shot at this guy so that Rick Madcow and the Newsnets have things to blast all over, because that's all this was about. You realize, of course, that this was scripted for CNN. This was a television production for tonight's MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC broadcasts. Mark my words, you'll see if you want to suffer enough and you want to go watch these guys, you're going to see why drunken, and I used to call Nancy Pelosi Winebox Nancy. How about Winebox Maisie? Maisie Hirahina. There's a joke inside the Capitol. They call her, what do they call her? Drunken Moana. They call her Drunken Moana. This is an embarrassing spectacle for the Democrat. If I was a Democrat, I'd quit. After today, and I saw some people that are saying, well, the Republicans didn't do it. They didn't ask questions. They asked some questions. I think that, this advise and consent business here with these nominees, this was not long and protracted and drawn out like this while the founding fathers and the next 2 or 3 generations were still alive. This is pretty much a recent phenomenon here, and it is to make politics, again, what is Church's maxim number 59? Politics is reality before reality television came along. Politics is primetime television for ugly people. You saw it today. These people couldn't get gigs in Hollywood productions, but they can sure as hell serve it up for the news. So this was the Democrat Party serving it up, serving the life and times and the career of Pete Hegseth up, and the way some of them comported themselves, like, I'm just going to take that as yes. Yeah, so when you were done beating your wife, Mr. Hegseth, and when you were done drunkenly beating your wife, which would disqualify you from being the Secretary of Defense, did you clean the bloody towel off afterwards? That's the kind of questions that he was getting. Again, it's an embarrassing disgrace. This was again. All those questions were scripted. They were probably written by Hollywood screenwriters and were sent in. The opposition research, as you can see, was busy, and they interviewed everyone. Imagine if you had to go and be confirmed in front of that committee, and they went and interviewed everyone, or me, and they went and interviewed. Heaven forfend, I just quit. I tell Trump, I don't think I'm going to get past that confirmation. I'm just going to go ahead and pull my name. Do I think that Hegseth is the guy? I think that he exudes youth, vim, vigor, and that he truly loves the U.S. military. To love something is to be close to it. You're usually prone to defend things that you love. I don't think that makes him the perfect candidate. But then again, you're dealing with a behemoth that is $1 trillion in size. You know, no one can seem to wrap their head around the idea that this thing is too big. It is too big. And by the way, the Chinese and the Russians spend about 1/5 of what we spend in military hardware every year. Now, I'm going on stats from Trump's first year in 2016. That may have changed a little bit. The Chinese may have upped their investment. The Russians may have, because they've been in a war. But if you're one of America's enemies, you know what I would be thinking today? Man, dude, there's no way these people can beat us in a war. Did you see the idiots that they have as senators that were asking questions? And I'm sitting there watching Mark Kelly. I'm going like, okay, Mark Kelly is supposedly an astronaut once upon a time. I guess he came out of the Navy or the Air Force. Not really sure. I never really looked the guy's bio up. But for Mark Kelly, a fellow militaryman, to do or try to do to Hegseth what he tried to do to him, and starting out by lying and saying, I'm not going to get into specific instances. That's all he did, was get into specific instances. This is cheap, tawdry, PG-13 rated stuff that they wanted to become X-rated. And it didn't. I think there are enough Democrats, including that babbling wench. I'm glad I'm not the only one that heard Senator Slutkin and not Slotkin, including that babbling wench from Michigan that will vote. He'll get over the 60 vote threshold, I think, unless they find a Christine Blasey Ford, which they're still out there right now recruiting. They're still trying to get her. This whole thing was a stall tactic, which has me nervous now, because someone in the Democrat Party is talking to some woman or someone that knows a woman somewhere that supposedly has the dirt that they want to hear on Hegseth. And if they can get her, they're going to drag her in there, just like, because remember, the KAVANAUGH hearings were basically done. KAVANAUGH's going to be confirmed until Christine Blasey Ford is dragged in there by Dianne Feinstein and Shifty Adam Schiff, and then you know the rest as is history. Again, I think Trump made the right decision, and I think he saw that today. Again, what I always say about Trump, you guys, you always poo-poo this, but you don't get to be in the position that President Trump is in, especially in the business world and entertainment world. Believe me, I worked in it for 30-some-odd years, because you're an idiot and you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. He's a really good judge of talent and character, and I think he picked the right guy. So I don't have a crystal ball. And do I wish that he was not, didn't say he was a Christian nationalist, Zionist, or whatever? Yeah, I wish that. Does he get to act upon it? I hope not. But for all that being said, this is the first one that they sent up there. This is kind of like the Trump MAGA trial balloon. Well, you saw today that this is not a compliant, you're going to work with you Democrat Party. They sent their assassins in there. I think they missed, just like Thomas Crook missed. It was a close shot, but I think they missed. We'll keep an eye on all this. We'll have all of the confirmation hearings as they go along here. We'll broadcast them all here on the CRUSADE Radio Network. Now we're going to send you back to the studio. I have a small favor. That makes today's day. I began on air at 6 a.m., It's now 1 p.m., so that's a 7-hour day. A little bit of a lunch break. It's a long day. Maggie's been here. Could you contribute to our January crowdfunding effort at crusadechannel.com/donate? You may have noticed we didn't run any commercials during that. I didn't do any live spots. I just rolled the hearing. In exchange for that, shop in the store with us. Our coffee, our cigars, Mike Church Show, neon retro T-shirts, hey, Pocket Constitution, so much great stuff. My spices and rubs, you can see over my left shoulder there. Shop.mikechurch.com. If you're not a Founders Pass member and you're watching on the YouTube, join us. You can do it for $5 a month, and you get to join our live Crusader Stadium chat room, which is a lot better than the one on YouTube. And there are people there that you'll see there every day, and they might actually like you. You might actually like them. Go to crusadechannel.com/offer. And finally, to make a donation in any amount for the extra effort, hey, Lama, hey, about a little something, for the effort, Oh, there won't be any payment today, but no, I don't want the deathbed thing. I need the payment. crusadechannel.com/offer. Sign up for as little as $5 a month. We will now join today's Mike Church Show rebroadcast in progress. When news breaks out here on the Mike Church Show on the Crusade Radio Network, we break in. Thanks for watching with us. God bless you and Mary keep you.